Hey there, welcome back. If you're new to my channel, we welcome you. And my name is Katie, and this is Louisiana Cooking and Living. And today we're making hopefully something super yummy. I haven't even tried this recipe before. I'm trying it for the first time with you guys. A coworker of mine, a friend, texted me a recipe, and I said, this might be coming to work with me soon. So we are going to make a Rice Krispie Treat cookie. It's almost like seeing the little reel she sent me, it was almost like a sugar cookie that was kind of flattened out. Well, sugar cookie that had Rice Krispies in it. You flatten it out, you stuff some marshmallows in there, you roll it back up, and then you roll it in Rice Krispies. So this sounds super yummy. I love Rice Krispie treats. So we are going to give this cookie a try together today and see how they turn out. So we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get busy. So let's go ahead and get to the mixer and start whipping these cookies up. So this recipe is from, and I'll leave it linked in the description box. I think it was like Organically Addison is maybe the page, but I'll leave it linked in the description box. I am doubling this recipe because it says it only makes 12 cookies, and if I'm bringing this to work, I need more than 12 cookies. So we're going to start off with 1.5 cups of unsalted butter, and I'm going to do the butter, the sugar, and the brown sugar, and we're going to beat it in the mixer. I forgot to take my butter out to soften it, so I did have to put it in the microwave to soften that. All right, so we're going to have 1.5 cups of softened butter. To this, we're going to add our sugars, and so we need 1 cup, of course this is doubled, 1 cup of sugar and 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar. So I went on and pre-measured those out for us. And we're going to put this on our mixer. You can use a hand mixer if that's what you have. And we are going to beat this until it's light and fluffy. All right, so we have beaten our sugar and butter together, and it has lightened up and gotten creamy. So now we're going to add 2 eggs plus 2 egg yolks. I always try to clean as I go so it's less work in the end. And I don't want to forget that I got some egg white on the counter there. So we clean as we go. And then we're going to also be adding 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I made this vanilla with you guys, and I absolutely love my homemade vanilla. I don't know if you can see in the video. It has all the little vanilla caviar down in here. Homemade vanilla is the best. And I do sell this on Etsy if you're interested in buying it that way. If not, it's super easy to make, and I do have a video about that. So we're going to give this a mix. Now to this, we're going to be adding 4 cups of flour. Now her recipe calls for gluten-free flour. I'm just using regular plain flour here, all-purpose flour. So 4 cups. I'm going to do probably 2 cups and then 2 cups. And my flour is nice and loose because I just scooped it out of my bulk container. Right before I add my next bit of flour, I'm going to be adding my baking soda. We're going to be doing 2 teaspoons of the baking soda. And then I'm also going to do a teaspoon and a half of salt. Her recipe did not call for salt, and I just feel like Rice Krispie Treats need some salt. Well, any cookie needs salt, really. So we're going to be adding a teaspoon and a half. Give that a little mix. All right, we're going to add the rest of our flour, so 2 more cups. All right, so our dough has just come together, and now what we're going to do is we're just going to stir in our Rice Krispies. And we're going to need 1 cup, but let me see. So I think we're going to, so we need 1 cup in here, and then we're going to need some in a bowl to roll our dough in. All right, just give this a gentle stir here. That's it. I don't want to break up all my Rice Krispies. All right, I'm gonna get my counter cleaned off. We'll get our sheet pans together and we'll put these cookies together. All right, so we have our dough. I have a shallow bowl here with some of the Rice Krispies in it. I'm gonna open my marshmallows. My oven has preheated to 350 degrees. And I'm kind of in a, she doesn't say how big to do the cookies. She just says use an ice cream scoop. And I have like 1/4 cup, which is 4 tablespoons. And this one's like 2 tablespoons. And I think we need something in between these two. So I think I'm gonna do like a generous helping of this scooper. I need to get one in between, but this is what I have. I just think this one's going to be just too big of a cookie. So I'm just going to scoop some of this out here, and then we will fill it. Now she says to smash it out, and you're going to put like 3 or 4 marshmallows in the center. All right, maybe we need the bigger scoop to get 3 or 4. All right, we'll roll it in our little Rice Krispies here and put it back on our tray. All right, I'm gonna get all these rolled out, and we will get these in the oven. And I think they take 10 minutes to bake. So I have 2 sheet pans finished. So we'll get these in the oven on 350 for about 10 minutes. And I'm gonna go ahead and pull out some more sheet pans so I can keep rolling while these are in the oven. And we're gonna be back to taste test these when they're hopefully super ooey gooey in the middle. So let's get these in the oven. All right, have that timer set for 10 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, y'all, so here is our cookie. It's still warm. I wanted to see if there's like a marshmallow, kind of like a cheese pull, but marshmallow. Oh, well, maybe not. But we're going to give this a test. That cookie is super yummy. You know what? A variation that I would do next time though, because it tastes super yummy, but for execution, maybe I'd mix the marshmallows into the cookie dough so that, so some of these, let me just show you. Like this one where the marshmallow oozed out, it kind of browned. And I think that would be super yummy. Let me get a taste of this piece. Yes, I think I would just mix the marshmallows into the dough. So it's less work, but also I think that yummy brownness that it might get on the toasty, on the outside of the marshmallow might be super yummy. Almost like a s'mores thing going on. And I do want to let you know that those cookies did take 13 minutes in my oven on 350 degrees. So just make sure you watch that timer. We set it for 10. I added 3 more minutes and that was perfect. So 13 minutes. Well, anyway, I hope you give this recipe a try. I will post some more videos over here, some other cookies and desserts if you want to give those a try. I'll put my logo over here and you can touch that and subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.